I keep trying to make this video and I don't have my thoughts together and it's shown. So this is going to be about the fourth attempt in as many days to make this video. What I want to talk about is knowledge, the kind of knowledge that you need for pool, and especially if you want to end up to the point where you can call yourself a decent player. I have mentioned before that I have an awful lot of instructional material, books, videos, things like that. Now, what I'm not sure I've mentioned is that everything I have, even though I've been playing for a long time, I can go over there right now and I can pick up any of those books or I can watch any of the videos. I'm going to learn something. I'm either going to learn it or I'm going to remember, something I forgot before. So, depending on the level of experience, the amount that gets learned, may change. The first book I ever had on pool was 99 Critical Shots in Pool. And I bet I learned 99 things from that book that I didn't know because I was a freaking beginner. The last book that I bought was probably, it was probably Tom Worth's A Game of Controlled Aggression, one part of the Game of Controlled Aggression. There were a lot of things in that book I already knew. There were a lot of things I didn't already know. Absolutely learned something. But that's what I kind of call like the first level of pool knowledge, is what you can get from books, videos. In some cases, somebody just flat out telling you, giving you some kind of instruction. And level one knowledge can be anything from don't hold the cue like this, use the pointy end to hit the ball. You may everything from there to, if I cut this 13 to the right, but it's not going to cut as much as the geometry says because it's going to get a little bit of contact and do throw. It's also going to get a little bit of contact and do spin. And those two things can be either increased or decreased by where I hit the cue ball and the speed that I have to go with. These are all just things that you can just kind of learn. Somebody can tell you, you can read it in a book or whatever. And that's what I consider to be just the objective knowledge in pool. But objective knowledge doesn't really do you a whole lot of good. I was trying to think of some examples where it would, but I mean the fact is, if I read in a book that if I want to shoot this 13 and draw back and maybe get a shot at one of these, I read in a book, hit it low and follow through. Okay, it's not like I now know how to draw the ball. I know what I'm supposed to do, but can I do it? And that's where I get into what I consider to be level 2, subjective knowledge. And that's, now that I could write down the steps of what to do, I have to know how to do it. And the way that I know how to do it is practice. It's learning to do things like that. Okay, cool. Now I obviously I also know how to draw too far. That's advanced knowledge, is drawing too far. But anyway, but the same deal with, I'm horrible at examples. If for some reason I want to shoot a stop shot on this fine, I can read a book, or somebody can tell me, I can see it on a video. I can't imagine too many videos talking about a simple stop shot like this. And it'll tell me, hey, you're close enough to the object ball. As long as you hit it kind of hard, then the cue ball should just stop if you hit it in the middle, like that. But if you have the exact same shot and you hit it softer, the cue ball will pick up roll. So that's no longer a stop shot. If you set the exact same shot, you can hit it at the same soft speed, but now hit it low, and it becomes a stop shot. These are things you, like I said, that's level 1 stuff. That's the objective knowledge you can get from any reputable source. The level 2 stuff, the subjective stuff, you have to do. I really think most things in life are really and truly learned by doing them. Maybe doing them, failing at them, then doing them again, doing a better job, and eventually getting pretty decent at them. At least that's the goal, is to eventually get pretty decent at stuff like that. So that's what I consider to be level two subjective knowledge. You kind of get by doing it, by practicing for the most part. You may do some practice and learn something new that maybe you didn't even learn from a book. Say you screw up. I'm horrible at examples. Um, if my if my stance is weird because I haven't learned how to keep a level Q yet, and I hit this with top, I'm just trying to follow up maybe for the sixth or something. But the cue ball hops up in the air, then hits the rail, and then maybe goes cross side. So some stupid thing like that. Bad examples. But if I didn't read that from a book, but I was paying attention, then I remember what the heck just happened. Well, hell, if I have an elevated cue, I'll eventually figure out the cue ball is going to jump up in the air, and depending on where it comes down, this could be a good or a bad thing. And practice it, get that subjective, easier for me to say knowledge on. So that's level two. Level three is what I would consider to be, I don't know, level three and four, they kind of go together for me. But what I'm talking about for level three, I could call it just this practical knowledge. Some things you might not ever want to do or be able to do. And a lot of that is going to be based on what you figured out from your subjective stuff. And you get bad examples. Let's say that I have this stupid shot, and I had an example like this recently where playing rotation and I got too damn straight, or I'm playing one pocket and I get too damn straight. I can't shoot the 10 and just bounce over here. My options at this point are rail first, which I'm no good at, or shoot the 10 and try to draw all the freaking way up here and all the way back down. For me, neither one of those are very good. I probably would have better success with the draw option. But how do you do that? Well, you read something from a book, you practiced some stuff, so you kind of know how to draw maybe. Maybe you're better at rail first, and you apply your practical knowledge of what can you do, what are you best at, what gives you the best odds of doing something, and then you do it, you try it, whatever. And the theory would being that had I screwed that up royally, I would have learned something from it to continue to learn subjectively and get a little bit more of that practical knowledge. Heck, I guess there's even a chance if I was Filipino that I could have drawn and scratched in this corner. Not me, but if I'm Filipino, maybe. That's going to be some practical knowledge right there. Hey, don't just give it your maximum King Kong stroke. Give it the proper amount of draw to come back here, ideally, maybe about here where you want it to be. And then level 4 is, well, it's a lifetime. This is once you get to where you're happy, you're satisfied, whatever, with what you can get from books. Oh, you can always learn new stuff. What you can practice. Oh, you can always practice and improve. Your practical knowledge of what you can do, you can always learn about that. But the one that is absolutely a lifetime of learning is what I call strategic knowledge. And that's level 4 of knowledge, as I call it. And that's where you start looking at the strategic side of things. Picking your patterns. What are the best patterns for you to be shooting? Are there problem balls that you need to be breaking out? I did a thing, I think I did a thing on YouTube where I'm playing an opponent and we're playing 8 ball and she's like she's like this, something like this, and she doesn't shoot the 6 off the 1. She didn't even see it. She cut the 6, I'm pretty sure. She just cut the 6. Whereas with the level 4 strategic knowledge, then what I know I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to shoot the 6 off the 1 to get it out of that problem position that it was in. That's a very simple example of strategy, but I'm not good at more complicated examples. That is the one where you can continue to learn in all these categories, but I consider myself to be in this level 4 strategic learning pattern more than any other. And especially because I've been playing a lot of one pocket. I will be learning one pocket until the day I die. But I may not learn how to shoot a shot, how to shoot a stop shot, for example. I may not learn how to do that. I may get better at certain things. I may get better at draw or things like that. But I'm not done with the objective and the subjective stuff. It's just I'm not learning as quickly or as much anymore with that stuff. The practical stuff, kind of the same way, except as I start to learn more strategic things, ways to think about the patterns to do, the odds that you're going to have. I might have, I don't know, let's just look at this stupid example that I had again here. I don't think I have the balls in. Oh, I do. So let's just look at this stupid example again right here. If I had, damn it, there's a ball. So let's say once again, I got 2 straight. I'm not playing rotation, I'm playing one pocket. And that's my pocket. But I got 2 straight again because I still suck from before. Now I got balls up here though. So maybe, no, don't try this draw stuff. Maybe I can do it, but is it the right way? Is it the right shot? I still got the real first option, which I still suck at. I've also got shoot a stop shot, which I learned way the hell back in levels 1 and 2. I still got a stop shot that I can shoot at. And then I've got a kick. That's the strategic part. What do you do? What would give me the best odds? I'd like to meet that. What would give me the best odds? That's the strategic stuff. That's stuff that I'm always learning. And I think everybody kind of gets to that point where that's the main thing of what they're learning. Now that they've got the basics out of the way, then they start learning the strategy and jump like that. And that's what I'm most interested in. I don't know if I mentioned, probably not. Well, last year I went to New Orleans to play Tony Chohan, and learned some things from him. Mostly what I learned was don't play Tony Chohan for money, but I knew that going in. This year I'm going to go down. I'm going to go down there again, and what I want to try to get out of him is a little bit of how can I think, like a champion. How I can make most of the shots Tony can make. Seriously, he's going to have a higher percentage on those than me. He's got a better stroke than me, so he can draw better than me, things like that. But for the most part, I'm not going to learn from him how to make this 6 in the corner and get shape on the 4. I'm not going to learn that. But what I can learn, I believe, is what's the right thing to do. Let's go. I'm trying to make an example on the spot right here. This is going to be horrible. Let's go like this. So that's my pocket on my left. I need 2. My opponent needs 1. So pretty sure I can shoot the 6 and get shape on the 4. If I shoot the 6 and miss, I'm going to sell out one of those spin cuts on the 12. If I shoot the 4 and miss, I'm going to do the same thing most likely. Of course, depending on where exactly the cue ball stops. But maybe it would be better to shoot the 4 first. and come up and send the cue ball back over here. That's all going to depend on how good I feel about shooting that 4. So in that case, I missed, and I did not miss that on purpose for sure. But I didn't sell out. Guess I'm going to actually attempt to make it, and we'll see if that works out for me. So now I'm over here. I'm safe. Have that ball not gone in. I still got a shot at the 6. It's not very damn easy, but it's still a shot, and I still didn't sell that. That's strategic stuff. That was a really good shot. You see that? I'm so glad I got that on camera. That was awesome, Dave. Okay, this time hit the ball. Yay, at least I hit it. Anyway, these are the kind of things that I'm at the point now where I want to learn these things, and I think I'm ready to learn these things. Because again, I've got a lot of those basics not mastered, but I've learned them. I always use more practice and things like that. But I've kind of learned them. So that's what I told Tony. I said, I'm going to come down, and I kind of want to get like some coaching. Like, in my mind, I'll play a game of one pocket myself against myself. Just like I do down here in my basement all the time. But Tony coached me. And he could tell me things like this example I just had. Hey, maybe don't shoot the 6 first. Maybe shoot the 4 first. And this is the reason that you might want to do that. Those are the kind of things that, I don't know. And they would be cool. It would be very cool for me. I think I've actually managed to crap out a video about these different kinds of knowledge. As I said, I tried a lot to get the damn video out. And this isn't a perfect video, and no videos are perfect that I make. But there's still a video, and that's kind of what I want to talk about, is the different types of knowledge, the different levels of knowledge. It is a progression from reading about something in a book to practicing it and getting to where you really truly know it. Don't just have the steps memorized. And then where can you apply that into an actual game? That's the practical side of things. And then should you apply that in an actual game? That's the strategic side of things. So it is a progression all the way through. And I think it's unbelievably interesting. And it's one of the things that, in theory, keeps me from going senile, is continuing to try to learn new shit. So, good thing I find it interesting. Later, guys.